Come on, everybody. Welcome to week 18. Again, Digi and I did pop on here a few days ago and talk about the Saturday games, but we are now at week 18, the final week of the NFL regular season. So most of the playoff spots have been decided. There's a couple of things that still out there, a lot of playoff seeding. So, yeah, we're going to be here to talk about that today and a couple of other things. But as always, I am your boy, Prime. Source was good, man. What's good?
What up, man? Chilling. Starting off the year at the crib, solo. Ain't nobody up in this jump, so I'm downstairs in the peace and quiet.
You running solo all day today?
Uh, for the most part,
Okay.
Jada stayed here from New Year's Eve till an hour ago, so she ain't coming back today. So yeah, for the most part, rolling solo, which is cool because I haven't done much constructive since the year started. So, you know,
Well, we even a few days in, man. So you got time.
Right. I feel like I'm late to the game. I feel like I've been slacking.
Dig, what's good, man?
Oh man, I am slowly getting myself back to waking up early and stuff. I go back to work tomorrow for the first time in like 2 weeks. It's gonna be rough.
Man, sounds horrible.
It's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, I was always admired my friends that had those type of jobs where I'm seeing them, they talking like the 18th and the 19th or something. I'm seeing something pop up. Hey, that's it till next year. And I'm like, y'all lucky, man. Y'all are lucky. Every year I'm going down Facebook, and there's always like 4 or 5 of the homies, somebody posting something. Hey, I'm at Verizon, whatever. That's it. It'd be like the 18th or something. Mm-hmm. That's it till, after New Year's. That's it till next. I'm like, man, y'all lucky. You know what I'm saying? But, now I can imagine me doing that, and then that, like you're saying, having to get myself back together to go back to work.
Yeah.
And that might be a little bit of a struggle, but it'd be nice to have all those days, man.
It is nice, but you realize how quickly you can fall out of rhythm, and that's where it's rough. Like I got some friends who they're also off, but they'll be like, all right, yeah, the last week of the year I'm gonna get up early, like I actually am going back to work. And I'm like, I don't do that. I'll still sleep in.
Man,
sounds like a terrible idea, man. Sleep in. Forget that, man.
Right. In your house, man, like in somebody's cooking and it just smells good and you don't know what it is, but you want some.
Yep.
I don't know what Nicole is cooking in there, but bro, I kind of feel I'm hoping that she ain't promised me nothing. I'm kind of hoping she walked in with a plate because how it smells good in here. And I'm telling you, man, it's almost like if I don't get a plate, it's almost. You ever seen those things on Facebook when it could be like the wife or somebody and be like he wants a divorce or something, and they'd be like, why you want a divorce? Because he wouldn't take me to Chipotle. I asked him to go to Chipotle. He said no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I kind of feel like right now. Like I ain't even asked, but if a plate don't come in here, my feelings gonna be hurt.
Right.
And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, but I'm hoping a plate come in here. So we'll see. She ain't said but a couple of words since she got up, so I don't know if that's good or bad either. So we'll see. We'll see.
With a name like Nicole, you never know.
Exactly. My brother. You know what time it is. You said, did I do something?
Yeah, man.
Yes, I don't know. So we'll see, bro. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, it's smelling right good in this household right now, man. But hey, anyway, man, we got a lot of stuff popping off. New Year's, guys. I'm glad you guys are here. Like I said, we were talking before the show. It's been a lot of sports going on. Like I said, I did pay attention to all of the college playoff games. Glued into one specifically, and
fair.
I wanted to see Bama go down. Not that I dislike Bama, it's just that. When you get to a point, it's a lot of their fans. They just, it maybe because I know a couple of people that I know for sure when we was growing up was not Bama fans.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I've been hearing this Roll Tide for the past, and I'm like, bro, we was growing up. You seem to forget. I know who your squad was.
Right.
Now, if you want to jump on and support Bama and you really like Bama, but still acknowledge your old squad, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Yeah, if somebody walked up to me and said, "Man, I ain't even gonna lie, man, I ain't like Bama growing up. I was a USC fan, or I was it." But you've been, you latched on to Bama or whatever, and the whole. I'm fine with that. I'm cool, but don't just disown the squad,
especially in college, because it's like it's because they're obviously recruiting from all across the country.
Yeah.
You can easily be like, I'm rooting for this team now because oh boy, I know from high school, or like this kid who I've seen grow up or whatever is on Bama now.
Yeah.
I get what you mean, but it's that, and for me, it's the SEC bias. Like we heard all year how the SEC was just loads above every other conference, and now all of a sudden, but these games don't matter. Players opt out, and it's like you can't have it both ways. Like either the SEC just wasn't as good as you said, which is okay, it happens, or y'all just need to be better. Like,
yeah, man, I don't know these people, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's just like I would give people a little bit of a pass, and this maybe it's just me because college sports have gotten so watered down, especially in basketball. This is probably the third year in a row. Source heard me say he knows that I enjoy women's game way more than I do the men's, right? Like, and that wasn't always the case. I've always loved the women's game, but the men's game was just always something, man. So I was maybe on equal footing. Now, man, I'll watch 20 women's games before I probably will break my neck to watch one men's game. And there'll be some marquee matchups. I'm gonna watch Carolina and Duke. I'm gonna watch a few games of Kansas is playing. I'm gonna watch on a smaller scale Cincinnati and gets into it with Xavier. That's always something, to watch just for their fan bases. But it's just it's hard. So if there's somebody that comes along, so I'm not gonna lie, man. I grew up a UVA fan, which I did when I was a young kid. Okay, but you now watch different teams or just watching, depending on who's playing, I can respect that part.
Right. I get you.
But just don't straight up just disown folks. Let's say they've done something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even found out the school supports, the KKK or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then it's like, I get you.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But look, speaking of those games, man, did you guys pay attention to the NFL games yesterday?
The Carolina game was a travesty, and I don't even mean just because the team that I picked lost. That was some bad reffing. There was a couple questionable calls there.
Yeah. So it's what you think. I know you ain't give a darn either way about it, but I know you probably
didn't.
Maybe kind of would have been a little bit happier if Baker just would have lost.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's still hope. Keep hope alive.
Yeah, hope
alive. He might win the battle and lose the war today. So there's always that.
So how crazy is that though, dog? Like, so we got two teams rooting for teams in the same division. You know what I'm saying? Like,
rooting for division rivals has to make you feel sick. Like, I couldn't imagine.
You're Baker and them. You got to root for Tyler Shuck. You know what I'm saying? You got to root for the Saints. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side, you over there, and if you Carolina, word up, Carolina in the, I think I'm getting a plate, y'all.
Oh snap!
Once you walked in and walked out, I don't know, the plate ain't get here, but I saw something in the hand. We gonna see. But and of course, if you're the Carolina Panthers, you got to go in here and root for your man's Kirk and them. So in the same division, that's crazy.
It be like that sometimes.
Who do you think it's worse to have to root for, the Saints or the Falcons? I feel like the Saints. I don't know if I would want to root for, like, obviously they've been playing really well the last quarter of the season, but it's like, I don't know if I want to still root for like a rookie quarterback. I don't know if I have a little bit more trust in Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Like Bijan out there, he running up and down the field. It's I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's a rough situation all around.
Man, the Saints too, for the Saints fans. I do know we got a couple in our group. They don't post much, but I do know that one of the Saints fans in the group is a really good friend of mine, Connie. and I never see her comment, but then whenever time I bump into Connie or something, she can mention something that we mentioned on this show. So she'll bring it up. So I know she'll be out there. Oh, so much love to her. But yeah, man, the Saints have a lot going on. But you got, I would say that, of course, that Kellen Moore, in my opinion, his first year has been a success to me. I think all things considered, especially with this recent hot streak, you couldn't ask for so much from him. I think I would label it a success for the first season. I don't think there's much bad you can take out of it. The quarterback situations, the multiple injuries to a couple of your stars. And now this year, they've got like 2 or 3 veterans, man, that could be playing their last game.
Right.
With the Saints, or either in the league, period. You got, and all these guys are up there. Like Taysom Hill, I think is like 35. Taysom Hill is there.
That's great.
Mario Davis, Cam Davis, like these guys are all in their mid 30s. Long-time Saints have been known to be, known by the Saints organization. And this may be the last time any of those guys either play again or either are on the Saints, period. It would be hard for me to see somebody, especially Taysom Hill, playing for anybody else.
I think he for sure done. What was it there? I think it was last game where they were talking to him, leading up to the game, and then after the game, it was very much like, this is my last time. It felt like it was like my last time in the Saints uniform, or at least at home in the Saints uniform. So it kind of feels like he sort of is coming to the realization of like, all right, my career is pretty much about to be ending. So I'm just soaking it all in one last time. So I'd be very shocked if he tries to sign anywhere else. It kind of feels like he's thinking like, I'm gonna ride the season out and that'll be it.
Yeah. A lot of changes on the horizon for the Saints, man. A lot of changes. But like I said, I give props to Jason Garrett, for this season. Hopefully he's not Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore. For this season, man. I think all things considered, I think he handled it really, really well, man. Really, really well. And we're talking about that. You still got to think about, too, the age and the health of, like, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Yeah, he's out. So what does that mean for after this year? I think didn't they just give him a contract? I don't remember how long the contract was. Maybe it was 2 years or something. I felt like they did in the off season, but still, what's the guarantees? What's what?
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards. Anybody? Hey guys, any source? I was gonna ask you about this because I don't know how much you looked around the league. So I've given a little props to Kellen Moore and the Saints. Is there maybe a coach or a team or maybe even a player that now that we're at the end of the year that maybe either surprised you or you just want to give the ultimate props to, somebody that's out of the norm for the season they've had?
That sounds like a no.
Was there a rookie that surprised you, running back, anybody?
I'm trying to think of somebody. I don't know. I might need a minute. Hold on. I'm running through teams. James Cook. I could say James Cook.
I can ride with that.
That's fair.
I can ride with that because that was a good one because you think about, remember, he held out.
Mm-hmm.
He held out for that money. And the question was whether or not James Cook was a franchise-type running back. They know he was a good running back.
Right.
You saw him make some plays last year, but the question was he worth that type of money? And James Cook has had a phenomenal season.
Definitely that.
I didn't even think about it, but that's excellent, though, to be honest with you. If you think about how all this started.
Are you going to say Bo Nix?
I can't really say Bo Nix. Let me tell you why. I honestly expected Bo Nix to be better than he's been this year. But their success has come hand in hand because Bo Nix has had some really good games. Then Bo Nix has had some games that are not all that, but he was that dude in the fourth quarter. I mean, some horrible 3.5 quarters, maybe, and then he's been that guy. Then there's been games that they simply just rolled the defense, right? So it's full scale. But I would admit, I expected Bo Nix to be better this year than he actually was.
Hold on, dude. I know you probably got an answer, but it just crossed my mind. Are we gonna revisit this Baker Mayfield MVP stuff?
I was gonna let it rock. I was gonna let it rock because
it just crossed my mind for some reason.
That Tampa season went off the rails very quickly. So
I just want to, I just want to know.
Luckily, Juwan ain't on here.
Oh, then I would have for sure. Cause he be Baker boys. I would have for sure.
Man, we don't have to do it.
I think it was fair. Now, granted, I know Source been waiting for that one. I think it's fair to note though when early in the season, that was a fair conversation. But when it fell off, it ain't just fall off. It went way off.
It went off the rails very, very, very fast.
As it should.
Man, it really went off the rails, man. I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt of everything they went through injury wise, especially the Godwin and the Evans. But even now that they've finally gotten them back, that offense ain't offensing, bro.
It is offensive.
It still ain't great. Yeah, no,
so
lot can change.
Yeah, we can take Baker. I think not only that, I think to me, I've changed my opinion just a little bit from a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. But to me, the clear cut MVP to me is Drake May.
Love to hear it.
Stafford kind of.
I think it's a 2-man race for him and Stafford. Remember, I had Stafford about 3 weeks ago, but to me, it's Drake May, man.
Honestly, I would have even personally wanting it to be Drake May until last week. I thought Stafford had it, but like even with some of the late season stumbles, like obviously losing to Seattle was rough, but I think that Rams Falcons game just kind of just ended it where they had a shot and he couldn't finish the job there. And granted, it's not obviously all on him, but I think MVP voters are going to be like, well, you should have done that, especially against an Atlanta team that clearly ain't really going anywhere. So, but to answer your last question, I actually, regardless of how the season ends up, I am still picking the Carolina Panthers because I don't think anyone expected them to even sniff the playoffs.
That's fair.
And week 18, where obviously if they would have won yesterday, I think they should have won yesterday. There were, like I said, still some questionable calls, but even still just having the chance to get there, I feel like they're at least a year, if not 2 years ahead of where a lot of people thought that they would be.
Or a lifetime, because maybe
lifetime is crazy.
Man, you never know what you're going to get with them, though. I was watching them yesterday, and Bryce, he made some nice throws. I mean, to McMillan, he had a nice one to Coco. He got in the end zone. But Rico Dowdle, what was he, 7 carries? Did he get like 10 yards?
Yeah, it was something crazy.
He got to the money. That's it.
He got to the money. That was he got. What did he get? Was it a mill? I think it was a
because it was two separate. I think it was like two separate $500,000 incentives that he hit. But yeah, I mean,
especially against a defense like Tampa Bay, who has been struggling, bro. They've been on the struggle bus, crazy.
Yeah,
along with Baker in the last few weeks here, like it's been crazy, and they managed to clamp them down a little bit like that,
Yeah. So I mean, I'd pick them, but I'd also say the Seahawks. Though I don't know if you guys did, but I didn't think the Seahawks would end up with the best record in the NFC.
So best record, no. Last year, what they went, I don't know why 11-6 in my head. They were actually 10-7.
Okay.
Last year, and remember they missed the playoffs.
Right.
10-7, finishing second in the division last year. I definitely didn't see them, being the number 1 seed. Playoffs, I definitely saw them as a playoff team. I thought everything that they're doing now, I thought they'd have a really good defense. Now, I'm not going to say I thought it would be as dominant as we seemed like we saw yesterday, but I thought the defense would be really good with the pieces they were bringing in and some of the pieces they already had. Running the football, there was never a question to me. They're going to run the football. They got one of the best number 2 running backs in the league as we saw last night. Charbonnet get busy. Like, he doesn't get the props he deserves, but Charbonnet can tote the rock. He tough.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to have him because you never know with Walker. Walker is always sometimes he turns into a week to week, whether he's healthy or not. And then you got the season that Smith and Jigba had, which I thought he would be really good. Now, I didn't see this.
I didn't expect almost 1,800 yards. Like I thought what Darnold was doing last year in Minnesota was a lot of, Justin Jefferson basically. You just got to throw it up to him, and he'd catch it anywhere. And I feel like, to be fair, you can do that with Smith and Jigba too, but I didn't think it was to that same level. He basically got the same stats that Jefferson had last year. Like,
he went crazy, bro.
Hey, y'all, think about your boy Donald from heartbreak, to number 1 seed. Because remember last year, wasn't it? I think it was Detroit. Detroit destroyed them last year.
Detroit
destroyed them in that
last game.
Yeah, and he had.
Weren't they 14-1 or 14?
They were so they were 15 or the Detroit was 15-2. Minnesota was 14-3. Sam Darnold
going into that game. Yeah, 14.
Yeah, they were both 14-2 going into that game. Sam Darnold was the second quarterback in NFL history to have back-to-back 14-win seasons.
Nice.
Amazing. That's amazing for real.
Yeah, it was I just found it was 31-9.
Yeah, that jump was terrible.
And it could have been, I remember it could have been worse than that.
That jump was terrible.
Yeah, that was rough. I feel like that's probably when Minnesota was like, we're not keeping him.
Yeah.
They saw
now we wonder
pipes.
And now we wonder, are they rethinking that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're
absolutely.
crying. I'm sure they're crying every day.
Hey,
100%.
I was telling somebody the other day, watch your boy Daniel Jones in this Minnesota thing because I guarantee you, they are rethinking next year about the possibility of bringing back some competition.
And you think they're giving up on JJ McCarthy already? They should, but
look.
No, not that's prime man. That's one of
Hey
prime.
man,
One of
that
prime
man got tools. I just don't know. Like, now he'll go out today and throw for 3 touchdowns, maybe. And
he might throw for 3 picks also, though.
Might throw for 3 picks too. You're right about
that.
that.
They're playing Detroit. No, they're
playing Green Bay.
Playing Green Bay.
Wait. Detroit and Chicago playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that crazy if you think about. We're already hearing the Giants. Like the Giants have a good young quarterback, and there's still talk about either drafting a quarterback or maybe still bringing in some competition. So
I think the Giants, though, are just afraid that bro is going to injure himself. Because every time when he runs and scrambles, you notice he doesn't slide. He'll lower his shoulder and just try to barrel through it. Yeah. So I think they're like, look, we don't know how much time we got with him because of the way that he runs. So I feel like that's their reasoning.
Man,
I can't believe y'all have faith in this man.
Nothing surprises
me.
In
Jackson Dart?
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants gonna be the Giants. They're not a threat to me. I don't care about them.
Well, so today, how does it work? What's the name? This refresh. Who? If the Raiders win today?
Let me double check.
The Raiders, I'm trying to remember the scenario because they don't play till 4:00 either. So I don't know if they really care about that pick.
So it's either gonna be the Raiders, Giants, or Cardinals, right?
Right. But the Giants play at 1:00. They play the Cowboys at 1:00.
Right. Cardinals play at 3.
So the Raiders are going to already know. The Raiders themselves are going to already know, at least from the Giants' standpoint, if they're really caring about draft position.
Well, I think the Giants might actually be out of the number 1 because even if the Raiders win, the Giants beat them, so they would lose that tiebreaker. Now the Cardinals already have a win up on them. I don't know how theirs work out. I know that the Raiders, they can't be lower than the 3rd pick. I saw that on ESPN last night. So
The
they're
race for Mendoza.
guaranteed. Yeah, they're guaranteed top 3, and that's probably who I'm assuming they're looking at.
Well, you would think probably the Raiders would probably be Mendoza.
Right.
The Giants supposedly have their quarterback, but I do believe that if they decide to go that route, they could get something for Jackson Dart. There are people that supposedly really like Jackson Dart, and from what I've seen, other than him not, like you mentioned, not sliding when he's supposed to, he's showing flashes.
Yeah. Oh, the Jets are actually number 2 right now.
The Jets.
So yeah. So like I said, the Raiders, all they need to do is lose, and then they'll have it.
It's so we can't send another quarterback to the Jets, can we? Don't do it. Hey man, if I'm Mendoza, he can come back. If I see it's looking like the Jets gonna have that number 1 pick, I'm gonna go on and say, you know what, bro? I think I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
And mentor my little brother a little bit more.
Don't do that
He's
to
ready
yourself.
to take the reins. I'm gonna come back to school, man.
He got another year.
He's got that.
If the Jets are number 1 pick, I'm definitely going back.
Being a Jet will make you change your life. Or the threat of being a Jet will make you change your life.
Well, I'm gonna go back to school.
Or I'm pulling Eli and being like, I'm not playing there. Trade me on draft day.
Well, hey, what we gonna do today if Myles Garrett don't get that sack, bro?
I'm protesting.
Yeah, I'm disgusted if he doesn't get it.
I'm protesting.
Especially against that Cincinnati O-line.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody cheated.
Yeah, even if they try to double, it ain't gonna make no difference. I said he was gonna get it last week, didn't I? Oh well.
Well, I had him at 25 for the season, and we still sitting here where we are now. So let's just have a big sack game. I don't know if we're gonna get it at 25 or not, but dang.
I mean, he's still playing the Cincinnati O-line. That could be a 3-sack day.
It sure could.
I feel like the Steelers, they tailored their game to make sure that he didn't get it, and that's why they lost.
No question.
Like, I don't care what they say, and they're like, "Oh, we tried to play our game." Like, no, y'all put all y'all effort in making sure he didn't get that and didn't care about anything else.
Did you guys see some of the highlights they were showing? He was on the truth.
Yeah,
like, dude, they were showing a bunch of highlights, and there was always 2 and sometimes a 3rd protector on Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and he still got through. One of the times he got through, and Aaron Rodgers just happened to get the ball off in time.
I saw probably 5 or 6 different clips, y'all, and I lied to you not. He was either being double and sometimes triple team. So when he said it at first, I'm like, yeah, well, he said it. That's probably the way he feels. But then when you see it, I'm like, oh, he won't lie.
No, that's all I was watching for real.
Yeah,
I don't care about that game otherwise.
I wish. I know, teams aren't going to do this in the last week of the season, but I wish they just threw him somewhere else on the line once or twice throughout the game. Just because, and just see what happens.
Man. One thing we didn't mention about last night, about the games yesterday, and I know so it's Cuzzo was upset. The Niners blew a chance to have home field advantage all the way to the Super Bowl.
Man, now we might be beefing. Now we might be beefing next week.
Yeah.
Unless Chicago tricked this joint up. Wait,
yeah.
Chicago tricked? No, Chicago got 5 losses, right?
Chicago got 4 losses.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
So it's already.
No, they got 5. You're right. They got 5.
They got 5. Okay.
So Bears got where they sitting there where they can finish with 2nd or 3rd. So they could be possibility they could be hosting the Packers next week, and or after that it would be. Would it be y'all or would it be the next?
Yeah, we 3rd. We 3rd. Yeah. 2nd or 3rd.
So, but we could be, like I said, there's also the possibility too that we could be getting like Deirdre was talking about a couple of weeks ago. It could be Packers and Bears.
Even if the I know the Niners, they could potentially drop to the 6th seed if the Rams win today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
That's crazy enough. Other than that, man, I will say this. I will say this about the Niners since it's nothing to pick. What's scary is when we're talking about not only what Seattle did to them defensively, but the slowdown was crazy because you think about it, they hadn't punted since November. And they punted, I think 4 times yesterday, the Niners. So the defense held them in check. And then I was looking at the numbers. The Niners, between 3rd and 4th down, were 2 for 11.
Oof.
I don't feel bad for him. As an Eagles fan.
No, that's fair.
That is crazy. And then we got the crazy scenario about which our first game, which we're about to talk about, falls into, is when we're talking about the NFC South drama.
This is the worst division in football. And I don't even just mean this year. Historically, they are the worst division in football.
Always good for 7-8 win team, somebody to win something, right?
Yeah, they put up a stat on ESPN the other day. So in NFL history, there have been 7 teams that have essentially been under 500, and 2 of those in a strike year. So like you take those out because right. 2 teams went 4 and 5 and made the playoffs, but it was a strike year. You never know what's going to happen. So of the 5 times that it's happened, 3 of the teams have been from the NFC South, and that's including this year. This is the worst division in football.
And still, I don't know if you guys agree, the worst division in football, but year after year gives us some of the most entertaining games. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know, like today's matchup, the Saints and Falcons. Man, there's been some entertaining games. It's been some entertaining, Bucks and Saints games. Like, even in those years, usually the team that didn't have the entertaining games had them this year, and that was Carolina.
Yeah.
But usually anything to do with the Bucks, the Saints or the Falcons meeting each other, at least one of those games a year would be some of the craziest stuff we ever seen in our life. The biggest comeback. Somebody kicks the 54-yard field goal. There's a big play downfield by Mike Evans. It sets them up. It's crazy. So I love and hate the NFC South at the same time.
Yeah, that's fair.
To Didge's point about teams being under 500, you said so that leaves 3, right? That leaves 3. You said it was 5.
Yeah, it was 5. It's 5, and 3 of them are from the NFC South. Here, I got it has the. So obviously the Browns. I'll tell you the ones that were in the strike years. The Browns and the Lions. They were both 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Obviously, then I'll just name the 3 NFC South. It's whoever wins it this year. Buccaneers did it in 2022, and then the Panthers did it in 2014. They were 7, 8, and 1. And the other 2 are 2020 and 2010.
Just to throw in something else, if I'm not mistaken, an NFC South team lost to the 7-9 Seattle Seahawks in the first round of the playoff.
Wow, I forgot about that. So
mix that in there too. They said we're gonna be part of it one way or the other.
And then the last team was 2020. Like I said, Washington. I don't even remember them being 7-9. I don't remember that season, to be honest.
Everybody was terrible.
Wow. What's this on my screen here? Give me a sec, y'all.
We couldn't tackle a mannequin at Macy's. Is hilarious.
Hey, I was meant to mention this earlier. That was it, dude, because it had me laughing. Don said last night, I told you we couldn't tackle a mannequin at Macy's.
Keep that up next week if it's Saquon. Keep it up next week. Please.
Is Purdy gonna be okay? Because he took a beating yesterday and he was on the ground after that last hit. Like,
now whether they're telling the truth or not, they're saying there was a stinger.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
we'll hear more about that.
Somebody might want Mac out that jump.
They say it's a stinger. Yeah, but back in the South, they said we mentioned the scenarios, of course. The Bucks are rooting for the Saints, and of course, flip side, the Panthers are rooting, at the other end for the Falcons. There is a scenario where there's a three-way tie where all of them end up at 8-9.
Yeah.
But the Panthers would get in.
Right.
If they all end up 8-9.
I think it's because they swept Atlanta, and I'm pretty sure Atlanta has a better division record than
that would sound about right.
No, they don't have a better division record than the Buccaneers. They must have swept the Bucs. I don't know how it works out. They only beat the Bucs once. I don't know what the tiebreaker is there, but yeah, I know it's for sure Carolina swept Atlanta because that's what keeps Atlanta out.
Right.
I don't know how it turns out.
But Atlanta, wait, who did Carolina lose to? Because Atlanta beat Tampa Bay.
But they only beat Tampa Bay once.
New Orleans beat Tampa Bay.
And then Carolina beat Tampa Bay.
But who beat Carolina?
Let's see. They have 3 losses. So
wasn't it
Tampa Bay yesterday?
Right. Saints. They lost to the Saints twice.
They lost to the Saints twice.
And that's so
remember one of them.
They'll all be 3-3. Hey.
That's down to the point differential. I don't know.
Maybe it's conference record. Let me see.
Oh yeah, conference record. Yeah. Good point.
Nope, 6. Atlanta would have the best conference record of the 3 because Atlanta would be 7-5 in the conference.
Yeah, but Atlanta's already out though.
But I don't know what the tiebreaker is at that point.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Oh, I thought you were talking about between Carolina and Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
would it be division?
Their tiebreaker right now is common games. It says Tampa has the best win percentage in common games. But I don't know what that means if Atlanta gets to that same record because it's not like if they win, they could potentially be in. They're already eliminated. So I don't know what that changes of this common games tiebreaker.
I don't know, but whoever it is, they're gonna be out after the wild card game. So
yeah, for sure. I mean,
a lot of time talking about
they're just sitting there.
Gonna be around.
Yeah,
we might as well talk about Dallas. Speaking of Dallas,
are you surprised? I don't know if you've noticed this. Are you surprised at how few times we've picked a Dallas game this year? I guarantee you in these 18 weeks, and we're not doing a Dallas game today, I guarantee you in this 18 week, we probably haven't picked more than 5 Dallas games.
Probably 5 too many.
If that.
Oh, man. I'm looking at their schedule. I feel like, okay, obviously week 1.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the Packers Dallas game, the Broncos Dallas game, I would assume.
I think we picked with Dallas. We picked early in the season.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
we haven't picked a Dallas game in a minute.
I feel like
Source gonna always remind me I gotta find a way to slide something Dallas in there. So I'm sure I have along the way slid some Dallas stuff in there. I know we brought up Romo for some reason one time and all that, but we haven't picked that many Dallas games.
Yeah, I can see it actually. Looking at their schedule, I feel like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are probably
and one of them was a given. And one of them was a given. Source wasn't even here. One of them was the Thanksgiving.
Oh, which was the Chiefs game. Yeah, so that I don't even. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man. More Dallas talk coming next year.
Next week.
Or maybe not.
Crazy. Bringing up Dallas in the playoffs. They're not even there.
Maybe not. So maybe next season, let's just say that. So after we see what we're gonna do with all this stuff, I don't expect that. I think there's a good chance that Javonte Williams is not there. I think there's a better chance that Pickens is, because there is, unless Jerry just want to do something off the wall, we still do have the franchise tag. Pickens may or may not like that, but so
I don't know. Listen to all the free agents next year.
Depending on what they do on the draft, unless we can get like a Caleb Downs or something. So we'll see.
Y'all got Jadeveon Clowney? I didn't know that.
Oh, Clowney played very well, especially after adding, Clowney had a couple of high pressure games. Clowney played well. He said he want to play again. I don't know if that's with us or not, but he said he wants to play another season.
He on a 1 year contract.
He played really well, really well.
Yeah, I was looking at the upcoming free agents by team. It's a list. It's gonna be a good offseason for
It don't matter because Philly gonna find a way to sign everybody anyway, and we're gonna question where the money come from. I mean, I don't know.
They don't do the math.
They were
That's
under the table deal.
Oh, you got the what did Kawhi Leonard get? The Phantom sponsorship. They gonna be slinging cheese. They gonna have cheesesteaks sponsorships, and that's where the money coming from.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, the Saints in Atlanta about to get it in today, and we talked about who's rooting for who. Falcons come in this bad boy. They won 3 in a row. As you mentioned, the Saints have been playing very, very well. They've won as a 4 in a row, and it looks like they may have actually found their quarterback, Tyler Shuck, whatever it is. It's been really, really good. Last 3 games, he's thrown at least 250. Hasn't thrown an interception in those contests. And you think about they had to shuffle the offensive line a little bit this year. They're now down to what would be their 4th running back, I guess, is going to possibly start today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think estimates he's supposed to start, and they just keep trucking along. You have the question today about Chris Olave. Well, Chris Olave he's out. Unfortunately, they found out about him in some blood clots.
Yeah,
blood clot situations. So I don't believe he's playing today at all.
No, they got him listed as out already.
Yeah, he's out, so his season is done. No need in taking any type of risk at this point, especially you're not going anywhere. It's the last game of the season.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta, we've seen it was the Bijan show last week and a lot of other weeks, and they just keep trucking along, actually looking pretty good as questions kind of circle. They're actually coaching staff as well. We can talk about some coaches later, but I still think it's going to be a highly entertaining game as it always is. So what's your thoughts on this?
If Bijan don't run for $150, something wrong. That's my only thought.
It's your only thought. If you don't go for one. I mean, Saints defense hadn't been bad, though.
No, but he's been going crazy like the last few weeks.
Yes.
They're not great against the run, though.
He's been doing some things, and just in a box, he's breaking people's ankles, and it's running people over. Like he running past people, running around people. He's been doing a lot of things, and I think he's going crazy today. Also, part of my reasoning is because I need Atlanta to win.
You Atlanta to win?
For Baker Mayfield purposes.
Oh, how did I should have guessed.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you definitely should have guessed that.
I should have guessed.
So that one coming.
A lot of good reasons, a lot of good answers on that. You got a score? Because we know you're rooting for Atlanta.
Atlanta 36.
Dang.
Whew.
And the Saints 20. A lot of points. That is very, you know what? That is very un-NFC South like. I'm sticking with it, Dag. On it. I said it. I'm sticking with it.
36-20.
You don't believe Taysom Hill can have a 3-touchdown game in these people?
Taysom Hill, you say you're 35, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah. No. So no is the answer to the question.
Taysom Hill finna go off today, y'all. Diz, what's your thoughts on this game, man?
The last time these two teams played, Atlanta went into New Orleans and beat them 24-10. So I don't think it's a far cry for sources to say 36-20. They already won. They already had a 2-score win. The Saints have been playing very well these last 4 weeks. I get it. 2 of the teams they beat are the Jets and the Titans. We should pump the brakes a little bit. 2 of the teams that we like.
But I mean, it ain't like the Saints was supposed to be all that good either, man. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying,
you gotta play on the schedule.
You do, trust me, you do. You just got to play on the schedule.
So who was that? The Titans played somebody tough in the past 2 or 3 weeks that we thought was going to be a blowout.
Cleveland. Oh,
no, it couldn't have been Cleveland. I don't know if I'd have thought that the Titans would have. It was the Niners. They 37-24 to the Niners.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we saw what the Niners did last night. Maybe that was a sign of things to come.
He don't mean it, Cuzzo. He don't mean it.
I just needed it to win that argument to continue my narrative. I needed to say that. I'm going 27-10. I don't think that New Orleans is as good as their 4-game winning streak is saying. Two of those teams again were the Titans and the Jets.
Dang.
Let me see. 27-10. I actually would be inclined to think that the Saints really would have a shot in this game. But now you're down to at least a 4th-string running back at this point. Asking them to go out there and just light it up without Chris Olave, who was really shining these past few weeks, was making some key plays. I think it's going to be a tall task. Now on the Falcons side, both Kyle Pitts and Drake London are questionable.
No, they put out their inactives while we've been talking. They're both going to play. They're both
going to play. All right.
Yep.
So I had confidence that Pitts was going to play because he's been questioned like the last 3 weeks, and he ends up playing. He's had 2 of those weeks. He's had some pretty decent games. So now that you said that you started there playing, I'll up mine a little bit. I'm gonna go 31. 31-17, the Falcons.
Yeah, nobody who we expected to play. Like, well, granted, I don't know how much you were looking at the Saints D line. Maybe you thought some of these D tackles were gonna play, but nobody who we were expecting, like questioning, that we thought like, oh, they should play, seems to be out. Like,
okay,
it seems like the most of these people they're gonna play. Like, obviously, Olave and Kamara aren't playing, but we expected that. So,
indeed. Some news too. The second time I saw this, since we're not talking about the Rams, but it affects some of the other games. Sean McVay said he plans to play his starters today. Now I wonder how long is the key. How much does that position mean to him? You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like it might be a lot because you got to figure 5 means you play the NFC South versus 6 means you're either playing the Eagles or the Bears, which is just you don't want to go into Philly. You don't probably want to go into Chicago, especially if you're an LA team or a San Fran team where it could probably be in the negatives in either of those cities.
True that.
Agreed. The Don Mega said he got the Saints 21-17. I mean, it's the last week of the season, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy things.
I'm telling you, I ain't even mad at that because I almost was like, I'm just gonna flip it and take the Saints, But word to Kirk Cousins, I'm a ride with Kirk for this last week 18. But if we sitting there at the end of this joint and the Saints end up winning this game, I'm not gonna be surprised. Let me say that.
No, I mean
it's week 18, bro. So, all right. So what we got up next? Oh, next up. So we're gonna talk. It's gonna be the Lions and the Bears going at it. I feel like the Lions, unless you've seen something Didge about them not playing about it, I feel like they just gonna lay it all out there today. I feel like Cat's gonna play.
I haven't seen anything. That's what I was just looking at.
I haven't had anything pop up on my screen here either that the Lions are not they have no reason to rest anybody unless they just don't want, they just want to throw it in and look towards next year.
Right. No, yeah, I don't see anything. I have to assume. I know Penei Sewell ain't playing.
Yeah.
but I don't think that was like a rest thing. I think like he just kind of hurt, and they're like, well, ain't no reason to make it any better. But all their other stars should be playing.
Yeah, they're down. There's some stakes on here for the Bears actually. When we were just talking about with them, and I think I got them here as far as let me see. I think that's it. Yep, scenarios for the Bears. The number 2 seeds in the mix. The Bears win their final game against the Lions, or if the Eagles lose to the Commanders. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Chicago locks in.
Things have happened.
Yeah, that's true. Number 3 seed, the Bears lose to the Lions and the Eagles win. Chicago drops to the 3. And that, so we know the Bears coming out here with full arsenal as well. So it should be entertaining, regardless. Even the fact that the Lions at 8-8 will be sitting at home. Did your favorite quarterback in the whole world needs 270 yards, becoming the 4th Bears passer, the first Bears passer to go for 4,000 yards? You know what I'm saying? So I know you'll be rooting for your guy today.
What a crazy stat. What a franchise. Y'all can't get a 4,000 yard passer in today's NFL.
So something we see DJ ain't seen. We didn't see. We're not surprised though. You think about, I'm not either. Man, I know those weren't passing elite guys. They were tough guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys they had back then, but they weren't elite passers. And they always
anything prior to 2000, I get it. No, anything prior to 2000, I get it. But if we're talking today's NFL, where what was it, like a few seasons ago, where like 4 or 5 quarterbacks were throwing for 5,000 yards in a season. Y'all couldn't get one to throw for 4,000. That's crazy. But I'm neither here nor there. I don't see anything. They even got a lot of. They have the ESPN has like a whole inactives list, and they haven't said anything about any Lions players who are resting. There are some Eagles players on here.
Some Eagles guys.
Yeah, nobody. It looked like it might just be Dallas Goedert.
Don't worry about it, man. We good. Don't worry about that.
He's just giving all the information. I'm just giving.
Right.
Trust me, I'd rather you guys get the number 2 seed than the Bears.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an entertaining game. Like I say, both teams have something to play for. Lions playing for pride, right? Playing for pride. Laying it all out there. I wouldn't expect anything different from them, to be honest with you, especially knowing who their coach is. And the Bears, it seems like they would be inclined to play their starters all the way through with the stakes.
Yeah.
What's on the table, man. So good point. Good point. I'm going to go and tell y'all first on this one. I know I've been riding the Bears hard all year. I was going to make my point. But I'm gonna take Detroit today. I think I see them coming out there pulling out everything. They're gonna go for it on every other 4th down. It might be 4th and 11. Dan Campbell gonna go for it, but I just feel like they're gonna play hard today. St. Brown, Gibbs, I think they're gonna go out there. I think they may have some struggles defensively here next. We do know the injury problems they had, but I feel like this last game of the season, they're going to give it their best shot. So, and it is a division rival. So, I'm actually going to take the Lions surprising. I know it's a surprise, but I'm going to take the Lions in this game. To end the season off against the Bears. And I'm going to take the score 31-27.
I got the Lions myself. For selfish reasons, once again, 34-23.
34-23. You got Diggs.
I also have the Lions. Honestly, I think it's just more so that Dan Campbell probably doesn't want to lose to one of his former assistants. And just Detroit probably would like to go out.
He don't want to lose another one.
It's the Super Bowl.
And he's gonna lose another assistant probably, but anyway.
Yeah, true. But I feel like he probably doesn't want to do that. And Detroit was such a disappointing year. They probably at least would like to go out on a high note. 29-24 Detroit.
29-24 Detroit. Don has the Bears 31-20. Man, is what you gonna do if Don has the Bears 31-20? So yeah. So what if the Bears actually end the season with 12 wins, bro?
Yeah, you're gonna cry.
I won't cry. I mean,
you know what's gonna happen.
You're gonna cry.
So this is
I'll be disgusted, but
so if you know what's gonna happen though.
What?
So if the Bears end the season with 12 wins, man, next week would be crazy if they end up playing the Packers. Because Didge, it already said there's no way they beating the Packers in no playoff game. So Didge's gonna feel vindicated. I told you. And I'm like, well, they still want to win games, man. I mean, I didn't tell you the Bears was gonna win anything in the playoffs. I just said it's gonna win 10.
What'll make it all even better is when they go 1-and-done in the playoffs. Watching that heartbreak is
you would feel better.
Oh, it'll make it glorious. It's gonna already be glorious whenever they lose in the playoffs. But let it be 1-and-done. Oh, I got so many people to call. I'm crying in the car.
Woo, that would be crazy. So shout out to Caleb Williams trying to get that 270 yards passing today, get that 4,000. That would be crazy. The rich history of the Chicago Bears, and Caleb Williams be the one to put his name in the books in his second year of his NFL career. Crazy.
To be fair though, I'm surprised Jay Cutler didn't get it. That's the one that shocks me.
With Jay Cutler?
Jay Cutler didn't get 4,000.
I mean, Jay would have had 4,000 if he was throwing the ball to the right team.
That's also fair. I wonder let me see how close he ever got.
Man, let me tell you something.
He had to hit 37.
What you said, Source?
So he had to hit 3,700.
Yeah, what you got? You see something on there?
36 is he got to 38.
Yeah, 38 joint.
What's crazy is he got it the year before he went to Chicago with Denver.
So
he had 45 with Denver.
What
and they never got there. That's so crazy.
Poor Jay. That's crazy though. Jay Cutler, man, like he would have some games he was so good. Then he had a lot of games that he just, I don't know, man. He throw the ball to the other team quick, bro. At the wrong time.
He was like a worse Brett Favre, where he could throw the ball crazy. And Brett Favre would throw you some interceptions.
Oh, for sure.
But he would also throw you a lot of touchdowns. Jay Cutler wasn't throwing touchdowns. He would throw, obviously Jay Cutler was throwing great touchdowns, but he wasn't throwing them at the rate for Brett Favre was throwing them, where you could be like, all right, we'll live with these interceptions. Like one year, I'm looking at it now, Jay Cutler threw 26 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now I ain't gonna lie. On the Madden tip though, when he was out, when they traded him to Denver, I used to run him. Now the key is I was doing a lot of dumping off though.
Oh yeah, fair. No,
I used to run them in them orange jerseys, but I was kind of afraid to put the ball down the field too far with him.
I mean, I see why.
All right, what we got next? We jumping over to the AFC now, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't even have a picture for this one, and the reason being I don't have a photo is because I won't even show at the time who was playing for the Chargers, and we found out. Luckily, I didn't make a picture because the Chargers are not inclined to play many, if any, starters today. From what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I thought. I was trying to find. That's why I was looking at who's starting, who's not, because I could have sworn I saw that Herbert wasn't playing.
Now, yeah, they talking about not playing a lot of people.
Okay.
Mario Hampton, I know he's nursing. He's not playing. Vidal, they say may or may not play. They're leaning towards not playing him, so they'll be down to like third string. It's a lot of folks that they've already ruled out or thinking about ruling out, or I can't see them playing long against the Broncos, and the Broncos have the number 1 seed on the line. So, put that in perspective, they're gonna play their people,
right?
And they're gonna play their people. and it's not, and the game ain't till 4 o'clock.
Right.
You know, it's not a whole lot they're gonna be able to figure out before they play. We just go ahead and win this thing and get in. The one thing, you know, as far as somebody, maybe a Jacksonville fan, was hoping that, you know, things go differently. The Jags themselves can get the number 1 seed. That they win. The Broncos lose. Or there's the Patriots scenario. The Patriots lose. The Patriots must also lose their game. So they need both of those to happen for them to get it. But Denver themselves is playing is cut and dry. Denver goes in, take care of business, and they in there. And that also explains the same scenario at the bottom they were talking about them. New England lose or tie the Dolphins. Jacksonville lose or tie the Titans.
See, the New England game is at the same time as the Denver game, and the Jacksonville game at least will be done. So they'll know that one.
Yep.
But if they're losing, they can't be like, okay, we can wait and see because they'll be playing at the same time.
So I think that I would assume this just about everybody's gonna pick the Broncos. But you never know with the Broncos. Broncos can stink it up offensively too. Like they, you know, there's been a lot of games that you think they should win handily, and they you know, the team has been right there. So, but you know, you already know I'm picking the Broncos in this one. I'm thinking that this is going to be the one that they know they got it. Source asked me about my guy Bo Nix. Between him, you know, in the running game, RJ Harvey, I think they go crazy. I think the defense holds true. Because they're probably I guess they're going to start, the Chargers will probably start Trey Lance, I guess.
Yep.
So that's 2 interceptions right there.
Dang.
You know, well, interception and a fumble. I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Maybe he been working with Harbaugh. He gonna be different.
Now, hey, you know, now if Denver sent some of their starters defensively, it could make it a little interesting. I haven't seen anything whether or not Surtain was sitting anything like that, but I'm just saying.
No, I haven't seen anything about Denver sitting anyone.
Well, I'm still taking the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos 37-20.
Ooh, you taking?
Yeah, I'm just, you know, that's the way I'm saying it. Somebody gonna blow up today.
Interesting. I was picking the 23-20 repeat score. Just this time Denver wins.
What was it? Oh, you said 23-20?
Yeah, last time they played, they lost 23-20. This time, I think they win 23-20. It's still division rivals. Like I can't imagine a blowout, and it's still a playoff level division rival.
True, that is true. I see JB, my man JB in the comments. He gonna take the Broncos 30-20.
Ooh, on the ship headed to the Bahamas. Enjoy that,
my man. That's dedication right there. My man on the ship head to the Bahamas, Source, still slinging out scores.
I like that. Enjoy your trip.
Yeah, I got him back at his back too. He took the Falcons 24-17.
All right. I got 26-13 Denver.
26-13 Denver?
Yep.
I like that score, to be honest with you. That feels kind of right, to be honest with you. Don got 30-23 Denver.
30-23?
30-23 Denver. And I see you, JB. You went back to the Bears 35-24.
Got it.
All right. Let me see. Yeah, man. Looks like if the Broncos win this, what did it put them at? 14, right? 14 wins? Yeah, so that's the same amount of wins they had in 98 when they went to the Super Bowl and beat Atlanta. They beat Atlanta that year. So a little bit of history on their side right there. If they can go out there and get it done. Chargers, the Chargers could finish anywhere between 5 and 7.
Man, these playoffs gonna be crazy.
Yes, it is. So much movement, man. So much movement, possibilities. Last game we got up would be, of course, the night game. So they're gonna give us a little bit of drama. And it's, of course, the division rival between the Ravens and the Steelers are going at it. Winner gets in, loser is going home. So we ended up getting some of the drama we started the season with. You were talking about Lamar and them making that run and getting back in this thing. So a lot of it by their doing, some of it by the Steelers doing as well, because they chose to flop a couple of weeks. But, I mean, here we are. Boy, Lamar coming back to play. They say you're going to have a flak jacket on. And as simple as that, they got to win. They got to win. So what you think about this?
Yeah, this is not how I expected Baltimore to be back in this thing. Well, this season hasn't gone the way I thought, because like I said, even if they went 1-5, I still had them winning the division. And they went 1-5. And here we are in this final game with them with the chance to win a division. But their record is not as good as one would have thought. Or they haven't looked nearly as good as one would have thought to even be in this situation. Very untrustworthy. Unless back in week 3-4, you said that they were going to win a division. So I'm all in with Baltimore. All my picks are personal this week. Bias heavy. So this is going to be a dog fight. You know, they're going to battle to the end. But I got Baltimore 27, Pittsburgh 24. Pittsburgh goes home. The same people that love Mike Tomlin will be like, man, fire Mike Tomlin again. And we're going to watch that whole scenario. It doesn't matter whether they win or lose, to be honest. Whenever they lose in the playoffs, it's still going to be the same conversation. So that's just the way it is with that one.
Indeed. 27-24. Don, I see 20-17. JB 20-15. Both of them took the Ravens.
I'll also take the Ravens. 20-10. That Steelers offense without DK Metcalf is a scary sight, and not in a good way, because they did nothing. I didn't realize. I know we talked about it kind of all season about how they have no other weapons outside of him.
Mm-hmm.
But man, was it evident last week? Whew. And obviously, Cleveland has a very good defense. Baltimore can have a very good defense. It's just depending on which one is going to show up. Is it going to be the ones that were 24-0 to the Bengals? Or is it going to be the ones that gave up like 40, 50 points to the Bills? So I'm liable to think that it's probably going to be the ones that blanked the Bengals. And I don't know if the Steelers offense can muster up enough points.
And I agree. And we got a lot of scores that are very close. Mine is closer to my man JB. He had 20-15 Ravens. I went 20-16 Ravens in this one. If Harbaugh, if you're listening, know you've been in this game a long time. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Give the freaking ball to Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
I don't care what type of success you having and not having. Pound the rock. If you wanna, get cute and move Lamar around a little bit, okay, that's fine. Don't do it too much. The man is wearing a flak jacket. Make him respect him. The fact that he might decide to take off on a certain play, but give the ball to Derrick Henry the way you did last week, 36 times.
I have to imagine that they learned from that, and obviously, I'm not going to complain too much because 2 weeks ago, I was the benefactor of this. Derrick Henry had 128 yards and 2 touchdowns with I think it was like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, maybe 11 or 12. But they were up 10 points, I think it was. And like I said, Derrick Henry, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. They just kicked off the ball to New England. and Derrick Henry didn't touch the field the rest of the game, and they lost that game.
Yeah.
And so I think the difference in that, realizing that obviously last week in the Packers, they didn't do that. Like they made sure, okay, we have to keep giving him the ball. So I have to hope that he learned. Derrick Henry has been killing it this last few weeks. Keep feeding him the ball.
Man. We're gonna see if they listen. If they listen. When they're gonna do what they're gonna do, we're gonna see if they listen. Lamar comes into this bad boy, including the playoffs, he's 3-5 against the Steelers. So for me, it's just a matter of the inevitable. I mean, either they don't get in or they get in, and they lose in the playoffs. But we ain't got to the playoffs yet. So, but you got to get in to have a shot. So I think they get in. But can you imagine if the Steelers win this game? Now I don't know what's going to be said about Lamar, Harbaugh, and the Ravens as a whole, but the fact that Aaron Rodgers came in, got it done, and the fact that he got it done in shorthand as they are offensively, that would be crazy.
You think Harbaugh fired if they don't make the playoffs?
I think it's on the table, bro. I think it's on the table. Matter of fact, you said that. Because y'all know what tomorrow is, right? What's tomorrow?
Black Monday is about to be crazy.
Monday.
Tomorrow is Black Monday, bro. And we've seen a lot about potential firings, whose head is on the chopping block. And then there's a couple of names that I'm watching. Hadn't necessarily heard anything, but I think could definitely be on the table, right? So here's a list, of course. I know you guys saw the Kevin Stefanski stuff, so we've been talking about that all along, but there's been reports the past couple of days that not only have they done some preliminary work on just what they may look for if they chose to move on from Stefanski, to now I'm seeing stuff that it's a very strong feeling that they are going to move on from him as early as tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I hear he's done. I saw reports that heading towards the end of the season, this win streak might have saved who was it? Wait, let me go back. It was not. You don't even have a Saints coach over here. Never mind. So it doesn't even matter. I forgot his name, but it was the Saints coach.
You said the Saints?
Yeah.
You talking about Moore?
Yeah, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Because when this was mid-season, it was like 2-10. When they were 2-10,
yeah,
they were like, yeah, he might be one and done. But I heard recently like that win streak might have saved his job. At least they'll give him another year.
I think with Kellen Moore, as we were talking earlier in the show, I'm giving him props. I think that win streak definitely saved it. And then we talk about situations similar but not the same because of the amount of years that Zach Taylor has been in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times Zach Taylor's dealt a bad hand or ends up with a bad hand, losing a receiver, losing your starting quarterback for large parts, not being able to do this. And I think with Kellen Moore, they looked at it, look, this is your first season here. Now we're starting to see something. And you've been able to get it done with the amount of pieces that we're missing. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't always have both his receivers on the field to start the season. Just a lot of stuff. So I feel like Kellen Moore is probably safe. And that win streak had a whole lot to do with it. It would go a long way. They would pull this one off today too. But I think he's safe. Stefanski, very good chance he's gone. I know Cleveland is going crazy. A lot of fans want to see that, and I'm sure a lot of people that support Shedeur would like to see this happen.
The other thing I saw for Raheem Morris was they actually might keep him but get rid of the GM. Because granted, he's been there 2 years, but the GM they feel is the one that's really dropping the ball, not necessarily his coaching.
I be kind of scared for Raheem Morris. What about you? So, because like every time I look when Raheem get a job, it seems like we get at a point somewhere where he like, hey, bro, they talking about it. They might move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Like
quickly.
Quick. I'm like, dang, man, come on, man, black man. Like, but you know, either you're good at your job or you can get it done or you can't, no matter what color you are. But, man, I do believe there's definitely some talk. Now, I haven't seen anything definitive that's saying that he definitely gonna move on. I threw his name on here because I'm scared for him.
No, and to be fair, that I saw it was an ESPN report where they were saying that Arthur Blank said he's gonna bring in a consulting firm to sort of to see what he's going to do. But like I said, in that same report, they were saying that it sounds like it's more so because they're deciding to move on from, I forgot who their GM is. It's another black guy. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's like Fontenot or something like that. But they're deciding. It sounds like they're looking at we might move on from him and not necessarily the head coach.
Gotcha. So we all in agreement that are we in agreement that Tomlin is safe?
Yeah,
yeah, he could.
All right.
We're gonna hear it though.
Oh yeah,
he got 1 year. I believe it's 1 year left on that contract though. So
is it? Ooh.
I think it's 1 year. You can check it. But if that's the case, then I think they may be inclined to. I mean, they're moving from coaches normally anyway, but they definitely may be inclined to let it ride another season, even if they were actually starting to think about making a move. But I believe it's a year.
2 years. It's through the 2027 season.
So it's 2 years on it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, it's 2 years. Then again, I don't know. Then if it's 2 years, then they might kind of change my thoughts. I know we're so used to being comfortable with them not moving on from coaches, but I wanted us to get to a point that he may want to get out.
Now that's different. Like I don't see him being fired.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I don't see him being fired. Now, whether or not he decides I need to change the scenery, I could get behind that more than I just don't see the Steelers saying you are out.
Y'all know what the popular joint was that a few weeks ago before they were hollering at fire and stuff before they got hot. Remember, people were talking about him maybe dip into the college ranks and how strong the pull would be for that Penn State job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, didn't Ben Roethlisberger even say something about that?
Yep, Big Ben. But Ben Roethlisberger also admitted too that he was one of the ones saying that it's probably time for a change.
Yeah.
Period in Pittsburgh. Period. Like.
Which is fair. I mean, like I said, I just in the nature of that franchise, I just don't see them making that decision. It would have to come from the coach to be like, yeah, I think I'm done here.
All right, so we back on we back on Harbaugh. They lose this game. Forget what happens in the playoffs, because I still think anything short of a AFC title game, I think the question is going to be there. But they mess around and don't win this game tonight, especially. I don't know if it's a quick trigger, like we talking about he going tomorrow on Black Monday, but I think there is super serious conversations about him being the coach of this team next year.
You think AFC? I think it's honestly Super Bowl or bust. Like I think they're looking at it like you got to get to the Super Bowl, or we feel like we have too much talent, and something's got to give, and it's got to be you. And I don't necessarily even mean Super Bowl win. Like I think they have to make the Super Bowl at least. Otherwise, it's just one of those things. You've been here too long, and we love that you gave us a ring, but we feel like we should have had maybe 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And we kind of feel like the decisions that you made might be holding us back.
Hey, Source, what you think more likely, dog? You think more likely that Harbaugh gone, they move on from Lamar, or possibly both?
Man, I'd love to see them move on from Lamar. That would be crazy.
Ooh,
That would be crazy.
where
Let's
would you
talk.
like to see Lamar go?
I don't know if it's talks within the organization, but there's talks out there about the possibility of this Lamar not being on this team next year.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun because he'd surely be proving the stupidity of that decision in the upcoming couple seasons.
What would be your backup plan there, though? Like you're not starting Tyler Huntley.
You're going to get Daniel Jones. I mean, I don't know.
Going to get Tua. Oh Lord.
Oh, hey, and you laughing. I'm just
Oh
saying.
Lord.
Man, you laughing. I'm just telling you. You already, this is the NFL. The stuff that we're seeing now, nothing surprises me, dog. We're going to see faces and places next year that you never thought. People going to be willing to take this crazy cap hit, the dead money just to get rid of people. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know,
But I think it's more likely that Harbaugh will be gone.
Yeah. I probably lean that way as well. Next up, Zach Taylor is interesting to me. We mentioned him earlier. How much is the organization going to talk about stuff being his fault, and how much is it that, just how they end up between being, strapped salary cap wise, GM not able to build a defense, or there's the fact that Burrow hurt all the time. Like I don't know.
A little bit of all of them.
I like Zach Taylor. I think Zach Taylor is a guy that if they move on from Zach Taylor is not out of the league long, if at all. Now, I don't know if he's a guy that's immediately up for another coaching job as soon as he gets fired. Like maybe he's a hot candidate with the Giants or the Titans, or something like that. But offensive coordinator for sure. And I think we're going to have a crazy year anyway, because I think this is probably going to be a year that a couple of coaches are right back in the league that were just out of the league this past season. So, we will see. Pete Carroll is most certainly gone. There's no way Pete Carroll keeps his job. There's no way.
No way. They might just, maybe they let him say, hey, we're going to let you frame it as a retirement. But I can't see him coming back.
Yeah, he's gonna frame it as a retirement and then be back. Then a week later, have a job in college.
I mean, that's what old boy who just signed in Michigan. That's what he just did.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Interesting one, Mike McDaniel, because first they was surefire getting rid of Mike McDaniel, and then now there's talks that they may be inclined to keep him for another season. But there's also talk, like you were talking earlier, Dej, about them. Well, you already know they're bringing in people now.
Yeah.
To assess that whole organization. So he's a funny one. We're talking about Tua and how much money his cap hit and him being around. But the Mike McDaniel thing. But there's also belief, too, that I was watching something on NFL Network last week. And I forget, it wasn't Schrager. He wasn't. One of the guys that was talking that there are people that strongly believe that if the Dolphins move on from him, he could be back as head coach as early as next year somewhere else. That he's believed to be really liked amongst a lot of organizations. So
interesting.
Yeah. So trying to remember, was it them? Who was it that was it them that just gave Troy Aikman a job?
Yeah, I think so. No, that was
Miami.
It was them. Okay, yeah.
Miami. Yeah, it was Miami. The reason I remember because I was thinking about the Jimmy Johnson connection. Well, not really a connection between the three of them, but they both had it.
It's for their GM search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to play into, because I feel like that's when the decision on him is once they got that new GM, does he want to keep them?
We talked about Raheem Morris. This one nobody's gonna talk about, but I'm telling you to watch after this to a minute. Watch Jonathan Gannon in Arizona. Watch Jonathan Gannon in Arizona. I think a lot of people think he's a better coordinator than a coach. He's been dealt quite a hand there between injuries and then the situation with Kyler Murray too. We were talking about Kyler Murray possibly playing his last game in Arizona. There's your quarterback right there, Source in Baltimore. It's gonna be Kyler Murray.
That would be hilarious.
Ooh,
Move over Lamar for Kyler Murray, right?
A 4-man Lamar? Like, you don't know if you want to do that.
And watch Jonathan Gannon. Watch his name as tomorrow or the week approach.
So, interestingly enough, I saw recently that he's likely to stay.
He's likely to stay?
Yeah, because of like you said, just the impossible situation that he's been dealt with, with injuries, Kyler Murray, just in general.
Right.
And they said that the Cardinals owner just sort of gives coaches a little bit longer of a leash than most.
The one thing I do remember seeing with him that a few weeks ago that I think the GM does really like him. I think they have a relationship, a pretty tight relationship. So maybe they are looking at the way that you're talking about. I just thought he was a name to watch though, just because.
No, that's very fair. I mean, look at their record. At that point, you kind of got to be like, okay, something got to change.
Especially, I got a backup quarterback who's coming in here slinging this thing still, and we're still losing games. So solid foundation that they can stay healthy, though. I mean, they've got. I think they got to find a running back over there, but I think that you got arguably a guy who's taking his claim for the best tight end in the league now.
Yeah.
You got a good young receiving core if you can keep him healthy. You got to fix some pieces over there. So maybe he keeps his job. But I just thought it was a name to watch. Then of course, we down here with Bowles, man. Like, what if they don't? If things don't go their way, the way Source is hoping, and they don't get in, is this man in trouble? Source, you gonna get this man fired, man.
I ain't taking responsibility for this. I already get blamed for what was the show, the Damon Wayans show.
Oh, with
my wife and kids.
No, the one that was just on.
Yeah, the one with the one where both Damons was on.
Both the Wayans was on there.
I already get blamed for them getting canceled. So
why? What you say about that show?
That show was terrible.
I ain't watching it. So
Source came on one of our shows and he was trying not to, but he brought it up. He said it on the show.
When I say terrible, I hate to say terrible with such an accomplished, actor comedian that I like. He's been dope all these years. That show was terrible. It was so terrible that I said it was terrible, and then right after that, it got canceled. Also, right after that, Keenen Ivory Wayans started following me on Instagram. I was like,
he checking in. You the one that got us canceled.
So why you
trying to line me up? They trying to line me up. I ain't appreciate that. But yeah, no, not Ty Bowles, man. Respect Ty Bowles. Wish the best for him, but unfortunately, he might be collateral damage alongside Baker Mayfield. So.
Hey, something that's came across my screen when we were talking about some coaches right back in the league. NFL Network just reported that the Giants are expected to interview Mike Kafka, Mike McCarthy, Cliff Kingsbury, and Matt Nagy so far.
Not one of those names says New York Giants.
Not one of those names say, I feel confident that we're gonna go somewhere, especially not Matt Nagy. You got a young quarterback. Don't put Matt Nagy.
Yeah, I agree 1,000% on that one. I think if you got a young quarterback, I would probably say the one that doesn't scream New York, not even close. None of them do, like Source said, but none close. I think Mike McCarthy though would probably be good, and Cliff Kingsbury's offensively, I think would be good. I like those two candidates better than the other two. But so as you did on, I don't see New York about any of these people.
At all. At all.
Mike McCarthy is gonna. We know what he's gonna bring offensively. I think depending on depending on their quarterbacks, if he can adapt to more of a pro style, maybe mixed West Coast style a little bit. McCarthy's there. Cliff Kingsbury is going to bring a few more tricks and gadgets with him.
Yeah.
Now for the personnel they have, personnel wise, if they're set the same way, I kind of like what Cliff Kingsbury brings. You're getting Cam back healthy. I like Tyrone Tracy. You know what I'm saying? I like that 1-2 punch with them. I think they have some talented receivers who just haven't. I don't know. I don't even know what happened to Jalen Hyatt. I thought Jalen Hyatt was going to be a star. But I don't know. That's going to be interesting. And that was just the names that they're talking about. Some of these other guys who could lose a job could come into that mix as well, though. So very interesting, man. Very interesting. So Black Monday tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to see everybody go down. I just want to know who the surprise name is going to pop up that we're not even discussing. Because it's going to be one. It's going to be one. Somebody we ain't even talked about is liable between tomorrow and the end of this coming week to mutually part ways or whatever. Something we didn't see coming. All right, so that was good.
Some of those names are going to be reframed as we decided to mutually part ways, and it's hey, we decided they're decided they're going to retire, and it's no, you actually got fired.
Indeed. Well, that's week 18, fellas. Anything else, man, before we got here? Anything we guys looking forward to watching today, being it's the last season? Before we see the red zone joint for the last time, and we got to see the joint that say see you next year. I might cry in the car like I normally do when I see that when that pops up.
That's fair.
Anything else you guys looking for today?
Honestly, we talked about it earlier. I want to see the Garrett get the sack record.
Yeah. I need him to die. I need to get that 25. So I need him to get that one out the way early or a couple back to back. I need to get him to go ahead and get that 25 sacks that I was talking about. And on the flip side, I also want to see. I'm hoping to see. It'd be nice to see Shedeur have his best game that he's had all year today. That would be great leading into the new year to what next season.
Yeah, that would be
showcasing
really
whatever
good.
Cleveland wants to do, whether it's having that as a positive for whoever the next coach is going to be, or the small possibility they look to make a move and get him to somewhere else.
Right.
So let's go. Shedeur Sanders. Let's go.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
Let's go. And please, and I'm playing, please, since he wants to be dumb enough to go ahead and play today, I would ask you, please watch over Dak Prescott. No major injuries. Seeing that he want to go out there and play today like a dummy. So they're going to let him play. So get him out there healthy so we ain't risking no long recovery time.
I don't think it's dumb to want to play. Who was that? Was that Joe Burrow who said, look, I go out here. I got 18 chances every year to go out here and play the game that I love. Of course, I'm going to take every chance.
Joe Burrow don't play for the Dallas Cowboys. He don't play for the Dallas Cowboys.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's what it is. That's what it is. So, you got anything
for today?
If you get anything for the day, and then anything.
I'm just glad to, I hate to see the regular season coming to an end, but I'm looking forward to the playoffs, man. The playoffs going to be crazy all the way across the board from Saturday until Super Bowl Sunday. From this Saturday until Super Bowl Sunday is about to be wild times, a lot of action, a lot of I want to say controversy, but That's not really what I mean. I just mean a lot of action. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth, a lot of fans just wilding and teams wilding, and hopefully a lot of good football action.
So, I agree. We're gonna have craziness regardless, just the amount of not the amount, but the actual squads that are in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be crazy because there's a lot of newness there. So it's gonna make it even more exciting. You know, people like, what's so exciting about Jacksonville? It's exciting to me because it's different.
Hmm.
You know, it's different. You know, so I like that. So what? The Chicago Bears is different. We haven't seen that in a while, so that's going to make it all of this even more exciting for me. Once we get here, of course, we're going to have 2 games on Saturday.
Yep.
On the pop up. So, you guys let me know during the week if you want to jump in, do a quick joint on to pick the 2 games. If you guys have time, we can do that. Both of you, either of you, whatever. Maybe on a quick evening. I think take no more than 20, 30 minutes. We can knock it out real quick. But just let me know. We can pick those. Then, of course, next Sunday we'll discuss what happened, and also we'll talk about the couple of games that we're going to have on that Sunday. So we shall see.
Yo,
No doubt. Did you got anything you want to put out there for the people?
Oh boy, no! I go back to work this week, so I don't know what I'm doing this week in terms of creating anything. Just look out on my social media. I'll post it there. That's at DidgeD everywhere. I'll post if I'm streaming. The podcast is not back this week. It should be back next Sunday though. So check out Geeks at the End.
Word up! Shout out to Big Mo. Big Mo. Oh, asked about Shane Steichen. There you go. There's a name right there.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Shane Steichen is an excellent one. We didn't talk about Shane Steichen, so we'll keep an eye on Shane.
I'm curious though if they're just gonna write that off because of the Daniel Jones injury.
Possibility. There's a possibility. You never know what goes on upstairs. So there's another one. I'm definitely writing that one down.
Especially, new owner. She might be wanting to make her mark and being like, look, no, we expect greatness.
Be down there wearing the headset and everything.
Right.
What's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, Source, what you got? You got anything you want to put out there for the people?
I'm chilling till Thursday. I'm off till Thursday. So,
man, when the Cypher coming back, man?
Huh?
When the Cypher
Be Cypher Wednesday will be back this week. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. First show of the year.
Nice.
Back heavy. And then after that, Sessions with Source is at 9. I've got Sean Dunn from Justice League. You might have heard across the board on a lot of places, but mainly with Low Brother a lot of times. And then we got the Bad Seed as the other artists, and he got joints with Knots and everybody else. So it's gonna be a crazy start to the year this Wednesday, 7 p.m. till about 10 p.m. Eastern on TikTok at Source, of course, and hopefully that will lead to a whole lot of other things going on in 2026.
Nice. I didn't tell you. I actually had I be dreaming some crazy stuff, man. I don't know if it's just because I have so much going on. Could be these meds I be taking. I don't know, but I'm like dreaming all the time. And I legitly recently had a dream that I was watching the freaking Beat Cypher, man. In my dream, I'm telling you, I seen you in there. I seen Doom. I saw this, and I wake up and like, hey, I'm wild. Like this is crazy. But yeah, I literally had a dream about watching Beat Cypher, man. So
I like that.
So I'm looking forward to that, to the comeback on that. Me, I have nothing much. I have nothing going on other than I do want to give a shout out. I cannot forget. And I'm glad I didn't. The Godfather League, SPP Fantasy Football League. I got to give a shout out to Big Amos Wilson. So Source, you may not remember, but when we first started this season on the first show, I gave a shout out to Amos Wilson.
I remember
because he's a first timer in the big dog league. Because the big dog league don't change.
Right.
We might have a person here and there, that one person that gets out. Caesar was in it, and then when Caesar, went away, you know what I'm saying, to get ready to serve our country.
We got locked up.
Spot.
Oh,
Caesar got locked up. One of them came first. I don't know, but you know, it opened up a spot. It had opened up a spot, and we had somebody come in or whatever. And then we had another situation pop up, and Amos came in. And you remember, we used to do the 3 fantasy leagues. I narrowed it down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna stay at 1, and that's 1 paid and 1 free. Any other things that comes up through the SBP, that the people do it, right? But anyway, Amos came in his first time in this league, and he won it. I think he had like 2 losses. What's significant about Amos is I had labeled Amos probably the 2nd greatest SBP fantasy football player of all the time.
Word.
I'm not too proud, I'm not, too proud to admit that he's probably the greatest now. He's overtaken yours truly.
Wow.
Because he comes into this league after winning twice in other leagues. His first year in, he comes in and went on a tear. I think he might have lost 2 games the entire season. Took home the prize and the money this past week in week 17. So shout out to the brother Amos Wilson. And Source, you know why else I like him so much?
Why is that?
Because every time he wins, he breaks me off. So
that's a good guy right there.
Every time he had already hit me when he knew he had won, and I hadn't even put it out there yet. He said, "Appreciate you letting me in. Appreciate you for another great season, brother Prime. Take some change out for yourself." Every time he's won.
That's a confident winner there, because he know, look, I'm gonna make it up when I win again.
He didn't pull a Brady. He didn't cross over and won in both conferences. Like, he didn't done it. And he didn't win multiple. So
I love that.
And I also want to give a shout out to our boy Cliff Jones, man. Clifford Jones. I can tell you why. Clifford Jones took home 2nd place in the Godfather League.
Mm-hmm.
Peep this. Guess how many games Cliff won? The entire season.
How many? 6.
He got into the playoffs on 6 wins, bro.
Yeah.
At the bottom and went on a tear.
That was a wild card.
Went on a tear through the play. I had to double check to make sure it was right. And made it all the way to the championship game. And that one before going down to Amos. And then I'll give one last shout out to a gentleman who has won, actually like he's won 3rd place quite a few times. But Rehan Khan. So he got his money back. He got his money back, his entry fee back. So shout out to him. And the crazy thing was, Cliff made it to the championship game with 6 wins. I think Rehan had like 11 wins. They finished 3rd. Okay, so shout out to the gentleman for another great year. That's it for fantasy sports on my end through the group. Until we get to baseball season. And then, of course, I know Andre Curley, I know Arvin, I know Cliff, I know Caesar. A couple other guys going to be beating down my inbox. So we're going to have to get that going. Then unless guys, whenever that time period, I can get enough of y'all interested in wanting to do a WNBA thing. I know a few of you that will, but I got to see if we got enough. Huh?
I'm with it.
Yeah, we can do it.
If nothing else, I'll do that.
Yeah, I think we can get enough people because I know a couple of females that are going to get in it. Which I want to give a shout out to the ladies in the group too, because between the 2 leagues, we had quite a few of the ladies in the SBP participate between the pay and the free football. So shout out to the ladies in that as well. So, but I think I'm going to put the interest out there for a WNBA league fantasy and see if we can get that going. Just have some fun with that. And shout out to Unrivaled. Unrivaled is tomorrow.
Nice. Yes, sir.
Unrivaled is back tomorrow. So other than that, I'll be here kicking it. We'll be watching these games today. Also, the iPads will be up because a lot of the top teams play today in the women's game.
So at least 10 of them
will go down today, especially the 5 o'clock matchup. LSU trying to bounce back because they taking a beating on social media, especially in these and all these women's and these basketball groups that I'm in.
Especially for a while.
After that loss, so that they do bounce back against number 12 opponent. It is lost to an 11, so it's number 12. So I will be watching that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate everybody for checking us out. This is the SBP. It's my guy Source. The homie Dig is always there. And we will be back. Maybe for a quick one in the middle of the week. We'll definitely be back next Sunday for sure. And we'll catch y'all next time. And good luck to all your teams today. And I'll say it, even if it's the New York Giants, because today I don't care. All right. It is what it is. We out.
Dang.